So this is the Wahl 3-in-1 personal trimmer, and this is the Manscaped Lawnmower 5.0, and today we are just going to go ahead and compare these two trimmers. Now, the first thing that we are going to have to talk about these trimmers is just going to be their overall build quality and just their feel while they're in your hands. And plainly said, the Wahl feels a lot better than the Manscaped. Now, with the Wahl personal trimmer, this trimmer feels a lot denser. This trimmer weighs in at 218 grams. Whereas the Lawnmower 5.0 weighs in at 142 grams. And personally, I just feel that there's something nice about the weight of the Wahl, but also the Wahl does have better ergonomics than the Lawnmower Manscaped 5.0. Now, don't get me wrong, the Manscaped 5.0, it feels comfortable while it's in your hand. However, this trimmer does have a lot more flat surfaces to it, which can feel a little awkward depending on certain ways that you might hold this trimmer. And also, even though this trimmer does have these soft touch surfaces on it, which is going to help you get a grip, these soft touch surfaces aren't as grippy as the rubber surfaces found on the Wahl, and also there is just a lot of knurling on this rubber surface, so you are going to have a much better grip with this trimmer. But also from an ergonomic standpoint, depending on how you hold this trimmer, this bump here is rather helpful. If you're going to hold this trimmer like this, there's somewhere for your thumb to rest on and get a good leverage point there. Or if you're going to hold it like this, there is, this surface where your index and your middle finger, they can both rest on, but then also the thumb has a surface to rest on as well. So overall, when it comes to the feel in your hand, the Wahl just feels a lot more premium than the Lawnmower 5.0. However, when it comes to charging these two trimmers, the Manscaped easily has the Wahl beat here. Now, one of the main issues with the Wahl is that this trimmer is using a proprietary charging port here. You see, so this right there, that is the charging port, and this right here is the charging cable, which just feels very flimsy, but this charging cable goes in here like this. But also this charging cable has a USB-A port here on the end, and unfortunately this system does not come included with a USB-A charging cube, so you're going to have to supply your own power brick here. Whereas with the Manscaped Lawnmower 5.0, there are two ways for you to charge this trimmer. First off, there is a USB-C port here, so you can directly plug this trimmer into the included cable. But also, this cable is a lot nicer than Wahl's cable because this cable here is braided, so it is going to be a lot more durable. And even though this cable does have a USB-A port here on the end, the Lawnmower 5.0 does come included with a USB-A charging brick, which is something that doesn't come with the Wahl. But also with the Lawnmower 5.0, this trimmer does have wireless charging, so you can put it down on any wireless charger and it is going to charge back up. So overall, when it comes to charging these trimmers, the Manscaped Lawnmower 5.0 easily has the Wahl beat here. However, when it comes to overall battery life, the Manscaped Lawnmower 5.0 is going to be good for 60 minutes, whereas the Wahl is going to be good for up to 2 hours. So the Wahl has the better battery life here, but when it comes to your charging options, the Manscaped is just a lot easier. But now let's talk about actually using these trimmers. Now with both of these trimmers, you can actually swap out their heads. However, when it comes to swapping these heads, they're very different. Now with the Manscaped, all you gotta do is you just pop off this head and it comes right off. And it also comes included with the foil, and in order to install it, all you gotta do is just put that up there, and then this just snaps right in, and boom, now we've got the foil ready to go. And this is the attachment that you want to use if you want a skin tight shave. And in order to remove it, again, all you gotta do is just snap it off. And here is the other head, and all you gotta do is just snap this right on, and we are good to go again. Whereas with Wahl's system, this system isn't as easy. You do have to go back here, and then we gotta unscrew this enough, and then this slides up, and we also get a foil here in order to install this. You gotta slide this in here, and then you wanna like hold it and then screw that in and make sure that everything is properly aligned. But there you go. And again, in order to switch your head, just gonna go ahead, unscrew this, and then this comes up. One of the things about the Wahl is that the Wahl also comes included with an additional nose trimmer head, which is something the Manscaped doesn't have. And then this here is our nose trimmer. And again, if you want to switch it out, you have to unscrew this. This slides up. I do feel that the foil is the hardest one to install. Hold on. You see, because you gotta like make sure that this slides in, but you also gotta make sure that this little ball goes in. And then like you gotta, hold on. You see, for Wahl's system, you do need some dexterity in order to get it to work, but once it's in, it's in. And again, you just want to make sure that that ball is properly lined up. And while we do have the foil here, I do want to point two things out. In order to clean inside of the foil, all you got to do is just press on this, and then this comes right out. So if you have any hair stuck in here, it's going to be much easier for you to get in and clean that up. And just so that you can see, that right there is without the end cap. And in order to install this back on, this just snaps back on. However, one important thing about this foil is that this surface area here, this cutting surface area here, is a lot smaller than the cutting surface area that comes included with the Manscaped Lawnmower 5.0. So yeah, even though the Wahl does have more trimmer heads here, switching them out is a little bit more difficult because you are going to need some... Oh, that's exactly my point. So Wahl's system, you do have your heads, but switching them out, you are going to need some dexterity in order to get this to work. However, the build quality is much nicer than Manscaped's. But then let's address the combs that come included with these trimmers. Now with the Manscaped, you do have, well, first off, you can use this trimmer without a comb, so this is going to give you the closest trim. And then this here is your small 1.4 millimeter comb, and then this just snaps on. This is non-adjustable. However, the Manscaped does come included with two adjustable combs. This right here is for our 2, 6, and 4. So these are the types of combs that slide. So this here is the 2. If you want a 4, that's the 4, and this here's that there is the 6. So it is one of those adjustable combs. And you also get a second adjustable comb here, and this is going to be for your 8, 10, and 12. And again, this just slides in. However, these combs are not as, there you go. All right, so here comes, and then if you want to adjust it, that's one, and then that's the other one, and now remove it. So yeah, the Manscaped does come included with adjustable combs, whereas the Wahl comes included with 8 non-adjustable combs. So you are gonna be able to choose the length of your hair. However, you are not going to be able to like swap out your combs as quickly or as easily as with Manscaped. However, this just feels more premium, and you don't have to worry about your comb, like changing length in the middle of while you're trimming, which is something that can happen to you if you are using one of those adjustable combs from Manscaped. But you're going to have to go and switch your comb every single time. However, these combs do attach and detach to the system rather easily. But finally, we're going to talk about the carrying cases that come included with these trimmers. Now, with the Manscaped Lawnmower 5.0, this trimmer comes included with a soft shell case. Now, with this soft shell case, you can easily store the clipper itself, and then you also have a pocket for the foil, and you also have 2 dedicated pockets for your adjustable combs, and there's also a pocket for your power brick, and there is a pocket for your charging cable, and then this all closes up very neatly. However, keep in mind this is a soft shell case, so if you do plan on putting it in your luggage, you do run the risk of crushing your trimmer. But the good thing is that this carrying pouch here, it allows you to like store everything properly. Whereas with Wahl's trimmer, the good thing is that this carrying case is hard shell, so no matter where you put it, your trimmer and all of your accessories are going to be safe. And there is a pocket here so that you can store your combs, you can store your power cable, you can store your comb that comes included with the trimmer, and you can also store your oil, your foil, and your nose trimmer here. And this zips right up, and just put this on for good measure. Okay, and we also have this foam cut out here where you can store your trimmer. The problem here is if you're going to store your trimmer like this, if you close the lid, you do run the risk of crushing your trimmer head. So I do feel that to be safe, you might want to remove your trimmer head. So if you're going to store it, put it separately, okay? And then put your trimmer in, and now you can close it. However, this foam cutout that holds your trimmer, it doesn't actually hold your trimmer in place, and the foam cutout itself does fall out. So if you open this case the wrong way, this is going to be, you're going to be greeted with like this, like this thing's going to be like out and your trimmer can't fall. So personally, I just wish that a Wahl would have either sewed this foam in here so that this doesn't fall out, or if there was like a little bungee so that this trimmer, if you open it, in this case, if you open it, your trimmer just doesn't fly out. So the carrying case on the Wahl, the good thing is it is hard shell, so it is going to properly keep your trimmer safe. The bad thing about it is that if you open it the wrong way, then your trimmer can fall out if you forget. So overall, if you are trying to choose between the Wahl 3-in-1 personal trimmer or the Manscaped Lawnmower 5.0, with the Wahl, the major pros here are going to be the build quality and ergonomics of this trimmer. This trimmer easily feels a lot better in your hand than Manscaped's trimmer. I also like that with this trimmer you have a 2-hour battery life, and I do like the included hard shell case that comes included with this trimmer, even though it does have its issues. However, the major cons about this trimmer is, number one, is going to be charging this trimmer, because we are using a proprietary cable here, and the cable that comes included with this trimmer is rather flimsy. And also, if you do plan on swapping out the heads on this trimmer, you are going to need a fair amount of dexterity. But the good thing about this trimmer is that you get the clipper, you get the foil, and you also get the nose trimmer. However, with the Manscaped 5.0, first off, if you are going to switch out the heads, it is just going to be a lot easier, and you don't need as much dexterity with the Manscaped 5.0. And this trimmer also has this built-in light, which is something that is just plainly missing on the Wahl. And when it comes to charging this trimmer, first off, you have a USB-C port, which is the universal port right now. And also this trimmer does have wireless charging. So charging this trimmer is just going to be a lot easier. But the battery life of this trimmer comes in at 60 minutes. So the Wahl is very nice and it's very premium, but the Manscaped is a lot more convenient.